it's Chrissy and Robin, and we are with Bird's Nest Gifts and Antiques. We're located in historic downtown Bryan, Texas, and we are here to share with you today a makeover for this dresser. Before we get started, I want to let you know that if you are wanting any of the products that we use in this tutorial, you can click the link that is up in the description, and that will take you to your to find your local stockist. And this is our dresser that we're doing today, and so we painted it this beautiful duck aggie blue color. We are going to jazz it up, and we are going to jazz it up using the Orchid Designs Redoute II. And so this is a newish transfer by IOD. It's kind of been remade. We've seen these roses before, but in this one, if you look on the back, it comes with 8 sheets of these beautiful roses. So what I have done is I've taken the book, I believe this was like second page, and I cut out definitely a piece that I wanted to use. I just started this 5 minutes before we started. I started cutting them out.
Show them the little words too.
I showed them the words a minute ago. So this one's got some words on the top.
Can you pronounce that?
And no, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. And then this beautiful rose. And I just thought that this fit perfectly right here. Mm-hmm. So I've got my blue painter's tape. I'm just going to peel off a little piece. I'll actually peel off a few and stick them up here so that I'm going to hold them, and we're going to kind of plan out the whole piece before we get started, so we don't get something down and go, oop, I wish I would have put something else there. So our piece is freshly painted and sealed with a lacquer, so we're going to have good adhesion to the piece. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to peel off the slick paper backing, and now I don't want to touch it to anything because this has stickum on the back, but I'm going to fit it right where I want it to go. I just want it to fit right between those knobs. Oh, and look how perfectly the words fit there. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to tape it down. I'm really not going to like smush it down because I'm pretty sure that's where I want it to go, but I don't want to smush it down because maybe I want to move it a little bit. So this piece kind of felt like it was leaning this way as this one was leaning this way. So I want to put this piece over here. And I'm just going to do the same. This one doesn't tuck between them quite as well. That one's kind of going up and down. I think I'm going to cut a little bit out. So in order for it to fit around my knob, I'm just going to cut some of this extra.
And that's the cool thing about these transfers. You can personalize them. You can cut them to fit your piece.
Yeah. And so now I think it'll fit around my knob better. So it would have fit like this, but this stem was going up and down, so I kind of wanted this one to go
up and down
the
as well.
Same direction as well. Our flowers are coming from a garden bed somewhere down here. Okay, so what I'm doing, I just kind of went off and started, is I'm using this transfer stick. It's a plastic stick.
Comes with every
transfer. Yes, comes in your transfer package. And I'm just going to, once I have it lined up, I'm just going to rub over the design. That's pretty much it. And you will see that, I'll bring you in a little bit closer. You will see when it releases, it gets a little bit gray. So I can kind of see like where it kind of lifts up like that. If you can see that, it's kind of lifting up. And then if I follow it, it will just,
you see that?
It'll just kind of make this great crinkly noise, and then you know that it's transferring on. You can kind of see, it's not even. I've got a lip here. But I'm just going to go right over that. So
this is what you do when you're transferring onto a dresser. Just keep on going. You
So
see
I
there?
kind of creased it down and just keep on going. You know, some people want to cut them out. I never do that. I feel like it looks more natural when you just keep on going. So I'm looking all over. Looks like I've got it transferred really well. But I'm not just gonna like peel this up really quickly. I'm still gonna go slow. That was the part that was hanging off the bottom. I'm still gonna go slow and make sure that none of my transfer is still stuck to this
tiny
paper.
little bit right there.
No,
No, it's
it's
not.
just
Okay.
a shadow.
Okay.
And so peeling it off.
Watch your letters. Oh, I see one tiny bit of a letter. Show them that.
This?
Yes.
I think that's the period.
It is.
There
But
we go.
see, when as you're lifting, if you see anything that's left on your greeted paper, set it back down and give it another extra little rub.
So I'm going to use some of my white paper backing that comes with the transfer, and I'm going to use the shiny side, and I'm just going to go over it very gently at first and make sure that all of my edges are down. For this part right here in between the drawers, I'm just going to cut it with my fingernail. You can do this with what's that, razor blade? Or I'm just going to do it with my fingernails. Oh yeah, or one of these. You could use this.
So she's gently slicing the transfer.
Yes, and it's very thin, so it's
where
very
the drawer
easy
needs
to do.
close.
I'm going to
You
pull
can
out my
open that
drawer
little drawer.
and make sure that it's stuck really well. Just on that drawer. All right, so as I was transferring, I saw that this right here is folded over and it's white along this stem. And so my transfer underneath had flipped over, and it was probably because I was going too fast and talking too much. So what I'm gonna do to fix this boo-boo is I'm gonna cut this off below it, and I'm gonna cut that out, get rid of the boo-boo, and then I'm going to just put this stem and line it up. Yeah. So I'm just gonna cut that out. So luckily that was an easy fix. I'm gonna be very careful on the edge because I don't want to scrape that transfer off.
Got it.
So now I think these look awesome, and I want to add some words. Let's talk about how we're gonna seal this piece afterwards. So I'm going to come in with wax to seal it afterwards. So you can put your wax on top of your lacquer, and then I'm also going to use a dark wax. So
Yes.
I think it needs a little bit of antique dark wax to kind of make it
Well, she's
moody.
old and she's shabby.
I'm using the bottom of the drawer as a guide and the grid lines. Super easy.
See, that tiny little piece of the R did not adhere well, so she pressed it down with her finger.
And I'm just gonna check down here, pushing up and down first, and then coming back with a piece of
It's
plastic
burnishing.
and burnishing it. But look how detailed these roses are.
Why don't you open the drawer now and kind of show how you finish off the edge?
So here's how I just cut the drawers where the edge is. And I'm just gonna make sure I go around the whole thing,
Just running her thumbnail.
running my thumbnail across it. I think I've got it all.
Okay.
So can you open the drawer?
Yes.
So there's the edge. And we're just gonna make sure that it's stuck down.
I even like to take
A little bit of
a little bit
sandpaper.
of sandpaper, just so that there, look, what I'm worried about is is this going to happen? Look at that. See there? I'm going to take this little bit of sandpaper. I'm going against the grain. I'm going to pop those little edges off. I don't want anything that's going to lift later on.
Look at those words. And like, this doesn't look like a sticker. Like it looks like hand painted. I get people all the time asking, did you paint that? And I'm like, no, I wish. There's a good look at the whole thing. Thank you for joining us. If you don't have a local stockist, there are also online stockists. So you can find these online. They can ship them to you. Shipping is normally very reasonable for these. They are not super heavy. They ship fast. They ship reasonably. So if you don't have a local stockist, don't freak out.
Just go to one.
Plenty of us, stockists that ship as well. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm Chrissy, and that's Robin, and we're with Bird's Nest Gifts and Antiques. Y'all have a great day.